What's up, guy? What's up? I don't know. Okay, what's up, guys? It's Ace Wilson back with another video. And in today's video, welcome back to Simple Questions with Ace Wilson, episode 2. I finally got around to it. I've been trying to find somebody to interview. I just couldn't find nobody, but until there was there was one day I was scrolling through TikTok, as y'all probably saw in that one video. I was scrolling through TikTok. I found someone that is an inspiring pro wrestler just like me. I'm not even gonna hold y'all here long. Let's get introduced. I want y'all to meet my boy Ezra Soul. Ezra, say what's up.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ezra Soul, Ezra the Deathstorm Soul, whatever you want to call me, Eternal Damnation, it really don't matter. I'm like he said, I'm an aspiring pro wrestler just like him. We're both on journeys, like we're both hoping to one day be professional wrestlers, and yeah. And I know I already said this before the recording, but Ace, I really appreciate you for having me as your second guest. Again, this is my first ever interview, so like I'm really excited for this. So yeah, just thank you for having me, man.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. All right. You know what? Because like you said, we can only do this for an hour. So let's go ahead and get this. Question one: what got you into professional wrestling in the first place?
See, this is a story. I have known professional wrestling ever since I was a little kid. Like, actually, probably since the moment I was born, probably. Not That's just an exaggeration, but you get the point. So what happened was, I my earliest memories of professional wrestling, watching it and wanting to pursue it. Uh, I was with my papa, rest his soul. Um, uh, he uh, he was one of the people to introduce me to people like John Cena, Kofi Kingston, The Big Show, Bray Wyatt, um, and you know it, he was just all I can think about when I think of professional wrestling is him, and I really hope one day to make him proud. Because I only got because my mom and him didn't really get along, so I only got to really see him like once before his death. So my biggest hope is to one day main event WrestleMania and just make him proud, just make my whole family proud, because professional wrestling has been there for me for through the highs and lows, and if it wasn't for professional wrestling, I probably wouldn't be here by now, honest. And if you know, you know. But I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for professional wrestling. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my papa introducing it to me. So RIP to him, and yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect to tear up on that one, bro. Damn, I didn't expect that, bro. I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I really do. I I'm starting to I'm trying to keep back tears myself.
Woo! Wow. Okay. Question two: who's your favorite wrestler right now?
Currently, of all time, honestly, but currently, CM Punk. Actually, funny story. My whole life is revised around him, actually, because he's straight edge, and see, okay, this is a bit of a story. I don't know if we can put this on YouTube, but I'm gonna say something anyways. Um, a while ago, when I was, I believe, maybe 11 or 12, my grandma, who was drunk, she asked me if I wanted like a shot of beer, and I said, okay, sure. I tasted it, never want to try it again. Hell no, that was disgusting. Like, so, and then I and like just seeing how people get drunk in general is like, I mean, it's not all people, but a lot of people get really angry and frustrated and aggressive when they're drunk. So like, when I found out CM Punk doesn't revolve around drinking, smoking, doing drugs, all that stuff, it really inspired me. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go down this path. And I have been, it's not very many times, but I've been asked to if I wanted a cigarette or a beer by some random people on the streets. I said no. I am straight edge. I appreciate the offer, but no. And they said, "Okay, man, I respect you." So, and just a lot of my move set is actually like partially because of CM Punk. Like I have the Anaconda Vice, I have the GTS, which I call the Final Calling, which is one of my finishers. I have that one elbow, the diving elbow he does where he lifts his he points to the sky first. But and I'm talking about in the video game, but like I'm gonna be using these moves in real life too, just for future reference. But yeah, CM Punk's been my big inspiration since I believe 2015 when I was. Which funny story, John Cena was actually my favorite wrestler around that time, and I was trying to play WWE 2K15, which was the second ever 2K WWE game, and when I was playing it, I decided to play Showcase mode, and I chose John Cena versus CM Punk because I wanted to be John Cena. Little did I know that I had to play as CM Punk and kick John Cena's ass, and I was like, I'm not sure about, I'm not sure about this. But then I started playing as CM Punk and beating up John Cena, and I'm like, this guy is actually really cool. So yeah, that's when I found out about CM Punk, and he's been my favorite ever since.
Wow. 2K15. That's actually a good one. That's actually a good one. I'm not gonna lie. Even though this interview is not about, I just gotta let you know the first ever wrestling game I played was SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. That's the first wrestling game I ever saw and played in my. Well, no, actually, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was like I think it was. I believe it was SmackDown. Shut Your Mouth. I think that's what it was. I can't remember, but it had Brock Lesnar on the cover. That's all I can
Oh, here
remember.
comes the pain, probably.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Here comes pain. All right. But wow, all I gotta say is before we continue, we're getting real this episode. We getting real. Woof. Getting real this episode. All right. Question 3. What is the best finisher of all pro wrestling?
Ooh, the best finisher of all pro wrestling. You see, that's a tough one because there's so many different finishers for everybody's different move sets, and every finisher usually fits a specific person.
Yeah, like
Um,
yeah, there's a lot. There's like the attitude adjustment from John Cena, the choke slam from Kane, GTS from CM Punk, Tombstone from the Undertaker, Sweet Chin Music, Pedigree, everything.
Honestly, if I had to rank one, or not rank, if I had to pick one, I would probably say, hmm, for me, it's a tie between the Paradigm Shift, which is John Moxley's finisher, and the coup de grace, which is Finn Balor's, because the Paradigm Shift looks like it could actually give you a concussion. Coup de grace looks like it would straight up murder somebody if you stomped through their chest like hard enough. It looks like their heart would stop in an instant.
That does. Looks like as soon as it jumps on. In my opinion, if I'm in the ring with Finn Balor and he starts jumping on me, I might as well just go ahead and write the will of testament, bro. Cause I'm gonna die after that. All right. Oh, question 4 is actually like the same as the third one. Question 4. If you had to use a finisher for the rest of your career in wrestling, what finisher would you choose to use for your entire career?
Um, ooh, that's a tough one. My entire career, can I include like my own finisher, or does it have to be like in general, like an actual finisher that's existing outside of? pro wrestling, or not outside, like in pro wrestling, just outside of my life.
You can use any finisher. You could use ones from WWE. You could use your finisher, AEW, TNA, all that.
Okay, well, in that case, I have two. There's my finisher called Becoming Undead, which is basically a mix between the Future Shock DDT, the 1916, and the Execution, aka the Impaler DDT. So it's like what it is. It's basically I hook one arm like the 1916, but instead of going really freaking high before dropping them on their head, uh, I just elevate it a slight bit like the Future Shock and turn, or not the Future Shock, the Impaler, and turn a slight bit, and then as soon as I'm coming down, I wrap my arm, or not my arms, I wrap my legs around them, kind of like I'm going into a guillotine position. The other one I would say is it's also a finisher I use, but the Judas effect, which I call the killing creation in my moveset. Uh, in natural MMA, a spinning back elbow is gonna knock somebody out if you hit them right with it. So I would say, yeah, either becoming undead or the Judas effect, aka killing creation, because um yeah, I would, yeah, I practice those moves like on the daily with my pillow. So I know that's a little corny to say, but like, it's true. It's really true.
No, no, it's all right. It's all right. Listen. I practice my moves on a pillow all the time. Okay, I practice my cutthroat clothesline and the crimson punch, bro. I train that every day. All right. Uh, and if the viewers are wondering, and probably Ezra, if y'all are wondering, the crimson punch is just the Superman punch. I just gotta say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh god, what question? Oh, we were on 4. Okay, question 5. What is your favorite wrestling theme?
This is a controversial one, actually. My favorite wrestling theme of all time is actually Christian's theme, but not the Waterproof Blondes version. I actually enjoy the Story of the Year version a lot more, simply because Story of the Year is a great band in general, but like, I don't know. That's one of the first themes I ever remember listening to and playing as. And I remember one time I would play as Christian in a WWE game, and I just heard that theme, and all I hear is like go, and if you close, you know what I'm saying, and I was like, yeah, that theme slaps, and yeah, it's a controversial one, but I certainly love that one over the Waterproof Blondes version, and that's okay. I have my own opinion. Everybody has their own opinions as long as we're not fighting over it.
Mm-hmm. Look, okay, here. I have a video that's recorded. I'm still editing it and stuff. And to go on the question I just asked you, if you could choose a song to walk out of the arena to, you know how everyone does. Like Rhea Ripley, they got like Motionless in White. John Cena's got his own thing. All that. What song would you choose to walk out to?
Like ever, like
Yeah.
in general, like any song I could use.
Yeah. Cause look, cause in the indies you could choose whatever music you want to come out to, but in like if you get signed to like AEW, TNA, and WWE, all that stuff, they'll want to like change it.
Well, when I start my professional wrestling career, a friend of mine, I'm gonna shout him out real quick. His name is J Apex on YouTube. He is also an aspiring pro wrestler. But he made me this song and he put it on YouTube. This was for like a little thing we were doing called. It was like a little Roblox wrestling thing. But he made this song for me, and it's literally just called Deathstorm. But if you search up Ezra Soul theme on YouTube, you're probably gonna see it. It's literally says Ezra Soul IOPWE theme, and it's called Deathstorm. I'm gonna rename it to Deathstorm Engage because that's one of my things. But if I had to choose any theme song to walk out to, I would use that because go if any to everybody watching this and to Ace Wilson right now after this interview, like go listen to it because like I don't know how the hell this dude snapped on it, but like somebody cooked way or somebody let him cook like way too hard and it came out to perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Now, what I when I'm choosing to go out to when I start my wrestling career is "Coming Undone" by Korn. If any of y'all has heard about that.
Wait, I'm coming undone.
Oh
That song, yeah.
Lord,
That list.
that it's been a fire. I've been listening to it recently. I've done choose it. I call dibs on it. If anyone wants to use it, get permission from me. No, you don't. But
Oh,
still,
actually, funny story. Actually, the name of my finisher, Becoming Undead, was actually inspired by this mashup between Coming Undone and Undead by Hollywood Undead. But the name just sounded really fire, and my friend, I'm gonna shout him out too, TJ Ace. He basically said that would be a sick finisher name, and so I switched it up a little bit because Coming Undead would sound weird because fucking grammar nowadays, but and humor, but so I switched it up. I just made it Becoming Undead, and yeah, that's how it became to be. It literally started out with a mashup name of Coming Undone and Undead.
nice, bro, nice. And if anyone's wondering, yes, every person that Ezra has said on this video, their link is going to be down in the description. If y'all want to go follow them and subscribe, Ezra Soul, I'm gonna put your TikTok and YouTube down in the description below. Mm. All right. Question 6. Well, are we on? Yeah, we're on 6. I keep forgetting my questions. Question 6. If you got to choose where you get signed to, where would you go? AEW, TNA, WWE, or New Japan Pro Wrestling?
TNA, no doubt. Reason being, TNA is I don't know. TNA has always had this like unpredictable sense. Like when I'm watching WWE, I can predict most of the time when something's gonna happen. But watching TNA, I will like, oh, I bet this is gonna happen, and it does, but it happens at a different point. Like sometimes something I said will happen like at the end of the match. It will happen like at the start of the match, and I don't know. It's just I feel like TNA would just be the right place for me. If I when I eventually become a wrestler, I'm sorry for the stuttering, but when I eventually become a wrestler, I feel like if I want to get signed by any company, I I would definitely want to get signed by TNA.
Nice. Not gonna lie, I would one day, like, if I ever got to get a sign, I would probably go to TNA as well. But if I really had the chance to go somewhere, I'd probably go to AEW because, like, if y'all didn't see what's going on in WWE recently, I've been looking on it. Yesterday, they released, by my count, almost 16 people. Yesterday, they released 16 people from WWE. That's like, whoa. And
I understand you're signing more talent and everything, but so many of those people had so much potential to be a great one, and freaking yeah, that it's just pissy, man. Like Aleister Black, he worked his ass off to get back to WWE, and all of a sudden now he's gone. Like within a year or two. No, not even a year actually. He's been here not even that long, and him and his wife Zelina are already gone.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a whole video for next time. By the way, if y'all want a new series on where we just talk, where me and Ezra just talk about wrestling, let me know in the comments below. D- yeah, that's just gonna be a whole new video for a different time. But let's go ahead and get question 7. Favorite pay per view of this year and last year.
Well, there's not very many pay-per-views that have happened this year, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, oh, uh, I gotta wrap it up after this question, and if we, but I I would say this year WrestleMania mainly just because of the CM Punk match, night two specifically, just because of the CM Punk match that was go. Actually, night two in general actually was really good. Last year, I don't know. I haven't really watched that many pay-per-views, unfortunately.
I understand. Hey, people, we are back. All right. Question number 8. Favorite pro wrestling faction.
Wrestling faction. That's a good question. Huh. I'm gonna have to say, honestly, I'm gonna say this. The obvious answer would probably be the Bullet Club, and I like OG Bullet Club. But one of my favorite factions was uh was the Nexus actually, because the Nexus was they just didn't care about anything. They didn't care about who you were, what you did. Um, they would come up, and if you got in their way, they would attack you, and there was no way of getting out of their path until they have knocked you to the ground. I love the Nexus. I could continue to. I could go on for hours, like talking about the Nexus and how much I like them, and how much I wish that there would be a new Nexus come back, or like a new Nexus. I mean, but like, yeah, I don't know. I figured that I love the Nexus. They were such a great. It was just such a good concept too. Like the fact there was a bunch of NXT rookies just forming a faction to come up to the come up to the main roster and just attack everybody and let everybody know their presence. It was such a great concept. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great concept. Like the Nexus were, in my opinion, yes, they're NXT rookies, but they were also a bunch of crash outs. They crashed out a lot. Okay, they crashed out. And then in 2K25, I don't know if you played that or not, 2K25, but of course, it was like a different thing. It was like NXT Mutiny, but they basically put the concept of the Nexus on that storyline of the My Career.
Bro, I finished that entire my career, honestly. It was fun.
All right, question number 9. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. This question number 9 right here is not a wrestling question. This is a question from basically the real me, because as some of y'all may have learned from my description of my TikTok and my YouTube, I am an aspiring wrestler and screenwriter and filmmaker. So Ezra, I got a question. What is your favorite movie so far that came out of this year?
That came out this year.
Or
Um
you could like pick like what's going to come out.
Honestly, I don't have a favorite movie that came out this year specifically, because I've only seen like a couple of them. But a movie I'm actually really excited to see is The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is that a Star Wars story. Because if you all have seen The Mandalorian, you know what I'm talking about. But it's basically like It's basically like, so Grogu is like the same species as Yoda is, and he except he's a little baby. He's a 50-year-old baby because his species takes ages to age, like how we would age in our normal lives. It would take them ages to get to a a child level, or like a teenager level. So like that's what I really like about Grogu, is the fact that he's basically like, I'm gonna say it even though I hate to say it because it's inaccurate. He's basically a little baby Yoda because they're the same species. He's just a baby. But either way, yeah. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm also excited to see the new Spider-Man Tom Holland movie coming out, where like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is gonna be like, it's kind of gonna be based on this one comic where like Spider-Man stops focusing on his human life, so now he's becoming into an actual Spider-Man, and like it's gonna be absolutely nuts, honestly, and I'm like all here for it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Spider-Man movie as well, because ever since I watched No Way Home, I'm not gonna lie, I cried when Aunt May died. That made me mad. That made me cry. But I loved that movie so much. I love it with all my heart. And even though people don't like it, I like all the Spider-Man movies that came out. I watched all the Toby ones, I watched all the Andrew ones, and I watched all the Tom ones. Well, until the Brand New Day. But I liked Spider-Man 3. I liked The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I liked Spider-Man Far From Home. A lot of people didn't like none of those movies, but I liked them personally.
Yeah, they're really good movies. I've seen all of them too, and like I don't know, man. Spider-Man is such a great concept of a of a superhero. It's just it's hard to think past the point. It's hard to think past the point, like, oh, there's more to this. It's hard to think past the point, like there's more to this story than we actually know. Because like again, there is this there's this Marvel comic where like Spider-Man, he stops focusing on his human life. He stops focusing on being a human. And in this movie they're kind of incorporating that, where like because like he doesn't have MJ anymore. He erased his entire identity from the public. So because of that, he doesn't have MJ anymore, and and now it's like he doesn't have anybody to keep him from going too spider like, and now he's basically turning into a literal spider dude, and that's like, I haven't read that comic personally, but like I've heard about it and it sounded dope as fuck. And when I heard that they were incorporating it into the movie a little bit, I was like, "Oh, brother, this is gonna be one hell of a ride."
Yeah, I can't wait for that movie to come out. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it in theaters and stuff, but it don't matter. I'll wait for that thing to get on Blu-ray or DVD. I don't care. I'm gonna watch that movie when it comes out. All right, question 10. This is the last question. Ezra, as and Ezra, if some of y'all have seen my first episode of Simple Questions with Ace Wilson, y'all know I asked the man, the myth, the mogul, D. John, if he had any inspirational words to end off the interview. So Ezra, do you have any inspirational words for upcoming wrestlers, content creators, and all that?
Listen, this is actually something my dad just told me, and this is something I feel like I should speak out to the public. Always follow your dreams. Okay, always follow your dreams. Do not and if you have a huge chip on your shoulder, like, do not then definitely do not stop until you've achieved your goals. However, never forget the talents you have besides that. Like, for example, I want to be a professional wrestler and a content creator, but I also have a really big passion for making art and graphic design and singing and all that other all that other stuff. So, moral of the story, and these are my words: never forget who you are, and always look to who you may become.
Wow, that's some that's some words right there. Those are actually good inspirational words. Wow, episode one, D. John had some inspirational words, and now Ezra Soul has had some inspirational words, which I hope everyone is taken to heart. I took in D. John's inspirational words, and I've taken Ezra Soul's just now, and all I gotta say is this: I don't have any inspirational words because I don't know what to say half the time. But there is this song I heard from the end of a movie. I heard. I don't know if some of y'all have heard of the movie The Long Walk. It was like a movie with Stephen King. The ending song was from Shabuzi, and I can't remember the other name. But one of the lyrics of the song is this: "The key to life is enjoying the journey when you don't know the end." That's all I gotta say. So I could keep on rambling on with the interview, but Ezra, he is a busy man, so I'm gonna have to let him go. So Ezra, if you want to say goodbyes to the video, go ahead and do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ezra Soul, Ezra the Death Storm Soul, and for all of Ace Wilson's viewers, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe to him, like the video, turn on post notifications for him so you don't miss another one of his videos. Again, yes, I'm promoting his own channel for him, but like I seriously don't care. It's what friends do. It's what friends do. So if for those who are new, make sure you do all that, and for everybody watching, keep extreming it.
Wow, that was good. All right. Well, guys, this was a good video. I'm gonna do more videos. I just need to find more people to interview. And Ezra, one of these days, I hope to bring you back on this channel for something new. I really hope I can. All right.
I really hope I can come back here too, brother. I really do. This was really fun for my first interview. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to do more with other people, but I can't wait to do another one with you. This was really fun. I really appreciate you having me on here. And yeah,
All right. Well, until next time, guys. My name's Ace Wilson. Well, before I even say my outro, like Ezra did to me, I'm gonna give it back. Everyone, my viewers, yes, these are gonna be parts on YouTube too. I mean, TikTok. I'm confused, but everyone, go subscribe to Ezra's channel and go follow him on TikTok. I've seen the work he could do, and if y'all seen the promo battles me and him did on TikTok, in my opinion, this man Ezra right here could cut a better promo than me. He could cut a better promo than me. But yeah, until next time, guys, my name is Ace Wilson. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to get notified for when I upload. And until next time, my name's Ace Wilson. You're going to get hit with the cutthroat clothesline, and peace.